Today we are back with another community member gameplay review where we break down gameplay that was submitted by a member of the community, something that's not my gameplay. So real quick before we jump in, as always, if you want the chance to have your gameplay reviewed, make sure you check the pinned comment down below. I have a link to join my Discord as well as instructions on how to submit your gameplay. Now today we have gameplay here from J-Puck, who is absolutely in Ashika Island sweat. He's adapted to Warzone 2 very well. He's got a 3.5 KD on Ashika Island. So a lot of what we're going to focus on today is of course going to be things that he does well, but even as a 3.5 KD player, there's always room for improvement. There's things that he can do better throughout this gameplay that we're going to talk about. Now, this is a 25 kill solos game. The two biggest things in solos is of course going to be information and 1v1 fights. How do we find people consistently, and how do we win our 1v1s? Good job right there. Throws the portable, doesn't get any ping, so he knows he's good to just loot up here for a little bit, grab the $8,000 he needs to get loadout, at which point he can get that momentum going. Now, two other things that we're going to focus on. The range that he fights in, he does a really good job of taking what's given to him. Sometimes third-partying at 50 meters and playing his positioning. Sometimes he fights right on top of people and he has to anticipate and execute in close quarters. So we're going to talk a lot about the range that he fights in. The other thing is something a lot of you struggle with, which is cache awareness, and he actually struggles with it a little bit as well. Now, it's important to understand, and I'll pause it right here. It's important to understand that this is a pre-Season 3 Reloaded update. So UAVs were $4,000 and there's one UAV per buy station. I would love to see him slow down to speed up here. Take out the counter UAV. You see the mini maps blocked here, but go buy a UAV and get a real good sense of where everybody is. Where's the hot area of the map? Where are the 48 other players that are currently alive? The other thing that I will say is post Season 3 Reloaded update, we go back to spamming UAVs. You know, cash flow is definitely, there's no shortage of cash in this game, so we want to keep UAVs up as much as possible, which kind of leads me into the three areas a lot of you struggle. We're going to see him take out a guy right here. He's going to hit good shots with his hemlock, the guy flying over. Good shots right there. A lot of you struggle in three areas with cash flow. Number one is you just never get cash flow, right? You never actually have cash to be able to regain or pop UAVs. Number two here, and actually real quick before we jump into number two, if you are subscribed to me, guys, you know I always talk about hip fire before you ADS, and make sure that you un-ADS to track enemies. Watch how he does it right here. There's the hip fire before he ADS. Watch him un-ADS right here to track, right? And then he re-ADSs back in. It's a really good thing to do in close quarters to be able to track enemies, be able to get that first shot off, take less damage. So number two with cash awareness is you get cash, but you aren't aware that you actually have it. So you may have $20,000. You don't realize that you have $20,000. Now, number three is probably the worst and is probably an area that a lot of you need to work on, or the most is going to be you have cash, you're aware that you have cash, but you don't think about spending your cash. That is a change that a lot of you need to make, especially when it comes to being able to spam UAVs again for $6,000. You need to be spending that cash flow. Now, right here, guys, he does a really good job. He knows that somebody's up here, not 100% sure where. Notice the centering of the crosshairs. He quickly clears this hallway, and then what I love the most is he clears the rooftop. Once you go to the rooftop and you know that nobody's up here, so he doesn't see anybody there, he's going to quickly clear the corner right here. Now he knows that this guy's on the third floor. It's just much easier to clear that when you know he's in there somewhere. We can anticipate much better. So right here, we're going to push around the corner. He sees that there's a deployable cover right here, so he's going to quickly clear this area. I like this a lot. Centering around the corner. It's kind of ready for this guy if he pushes in, but he doesn't, right? So now we know he's on the opposite side. Now, what I will say is he does a good job grabbing cash, and this is one of the biggest things, both in solos and in quads, any game mode in between there. When you hear teams fighting, think about the third party, right? He hears the shooting over this way, so he's going to go third party this. And he's able to hit really good shots there, 55-meter kill or so. He's able to hit shots with the hemlock. He's able to get that kill right there simply because he heard this guy shooting, and he's like, hey, I've got a good angle here. And understand, this is low risk, high reward. If this guy, for whatever reason, turns and snaps and shoots back, J-Puck can easily get into cover over to his right side. So really good job right there playing his positioning. Really good job playing his range. Now, when it comes to his pacing, guys, few key areas that he struggles. He has never dropped a 30 kill game. This is a 25 kill game. I talked to him earlier. He's never dropped a 30. I would just leave this guy. One of two things is going to happen. Either this guy's going to kill you because he's camping in a corner, which we know he's camping in a corner based on the fact that he strategically put a deployable cover down and then put a claymore down, camping in a corner, right? So I would just leave that fight. There are, what, 41 other people alive? Go find where they are, right? Don't feel like you have to fight this guy. The other thing where a lot of you struggle with pacing is the fight just takes too long. Now, he does a really good job re-engaging here. Does a really good job re-engaging there. What's going to end up happening, he shows that guy a little bit of love, shows him a little bit of love there, and now he gets high alerted again. So trust your high alert. He's going to pop down into cover. He's going to think about re-engaging this guy. Then he goes, you know what, let me back out here. Let me back off. I'm going to fly out of here. But watch the re-engage. When we talk about pacing, a lot of you struggle with re-engaging fights. You're like, man, that fight, I didn't like that. Now I got to go find somebody else. It's like, no, this you can re-engage. Just make sure that you anticipate around the corner, which he does not do well here, right? So as he turns his corner, notice the crosshairs aren't out. If this guy's laying down prone here, looking at this doorway, J-Puck is dead. Same thing around this corner, right? If this guy's sitting right here holding this doorway, J-Puck is dead. Just not having his crosshairs out. Now he hears him over to the right side. Once again, notice crosshairs aren't out. This is a recipe to lose your 1v1 fight with how fast this TTK is. Now he sees him around the corner. He is able to win that gunfight right there. Takes a plate and a half of damage. Now 5 kills thus far, so we're just short of 20 bomb pace. He knows he's got to pick it up just a little bit. But look at the mini map right here. Notice 1 above, 1 down below. Now, when we talk about awareness of cash and we talk about our pace of play, once again, slow down to speed up. So just a reminder, pre-Season 3 Reloaded update. So there's only 1 UAV per buy station. This buy station's not opened. So let's slow down for a second. Let's grab a UAV and understand where everybody is. Because, look, we kind of have a sense that there's 2 people over here. We're just not 100% sure where they are. Now he's going to go ahead, break that guy. So he's going to go keep the pressure on here. And now he notices this third party, right? So that's the guy that he just shot. He sees this guy right here. Just would have been you never know what can happen there. You never know what timing can happen. Would have just been a much easier situation, especially now, because he would have understood where everybody was. Not only would he have understood about those 2 guys, he would have understood that there's like 5 people over here. Watch what happens. So this guy's flying in. He's able to, that kill actually gets stolen from him, unfortunately. He's able to get that guy. He's able to see this guy up ahead. So now he's going to keep the pressure on. I would, just a quick 1v1 tip here. When you are in between this situation right here, right? So he tags that guy a little bit. When you are in between, right? Notice that J-Puck's out in the open. The only thing that's separating J-Puck from this enemy is this rock right here. I would peek crosshairs about right here. I would kind of break up your tack sprint a little bit to keep your crosshairs just in case this guy does peek. So I'd probably break it there and then notice he does break it right there. I would have broke it just a touch earlier, then tack sprinted, then break it again. Just a little tip right there for 1v1s. Good job anticipating around the corner right here. Now he's going to end up kind of losing track of where this guy is. He gets high alerted over to the left, and now he's going to go ahead and have to disengage this, right? So now what do? We still got $23,000. So, hey, we didn't buy a UAV the first time, nor did we buy a UAV over at this buy station. I'd be thinking about, once again, slow down to speed up. And I know where it's a struggle because, you know, it's a struggle because we feel like we got to be in the action. We got to be go. But that's why I tell you to slow down to speed up, right? By slowing down a little bit and getting a UAV up, it allows you to get a really good sense of everything. How many enemies are over here? Where are they moving to? You know, is there an enemy behind me? What if there's an enemy right here over by this ammo crate right here who's about to shoot J-Puck in the back? I did know about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I've watched this gameplay a few times, so I knew that was going to happen. But he had high alert. He trusted his high alert. What if he doesn't have high alert? What if that guy's cold-blooded now because perk packages are on the ground, right? So now all of a sudden, the UAVs are even more valuable. I will say that as well real quick. By the way, if you aren't subscribed already, I've earned your subscribe. I got to be honest with you. I'm a 4.9 KD player. My whole goal is just to help you improve. Hit the subscribe button down below. Let's rock and roll. Hit the subscribe button if you want to improve. You know, the important thing to understand, guys, with UAVs, just one quick tip, perk packages are on the ground now, right? Little update after Season 3 Reloaded. Ghost is on the ground. So you got to be a little bit more aware of ghosted players. Just be a little bit aware of that people can have ghosts with floor loot guns based on that custom perk package. Right here, guys, just looting up a little bit. You know, there he finally grabs this UAV. And now we get a little bit of a better sense of what's going on. Guys, if you're going to buy loadout, I like him buying the security blanket here, right? He buys the loadout. He throws it down just in case he dies. It doesn't do him any good, right? The only thing, guys, if you throw loadout if you buy an extra loadout, you got to make sure that thing's in the next zone. Because now, all of a sudden, if he dies right here, maybe he could hit this one because he's got a minute 19 left, but he's probably not hitting that one. And once this circle closes, he's got no safety blanket. So just make sure it's in zone. You know, even if you got to push on over to the other side. Good shots right here. He's able to get this down on the guy below the bridge. He is going to keep the pressure on. I do like this play. Little bit of a tough situation here because this guy has self, but J-Puck can't push in. A lot of you guys would push in for this kill. I do like the play by J-Puck to just wait for this guy. He knows this guy's going to be a bullet. He knows he's in a bad spot. He's able to easily get that kill right there. Now, right here, you know, we're going to work our way back over this way. A little bit unsure about what's going on. So, you know, after the update, of course, he could go buy another UAV. Look at the cash flow. He's got plenty of cash flow here. This is just pre-update. There wasn't a great way to spend it at this point because he can't buy another one. But after the update, guys, we're going back to spamming UAVs. Now, he's going to go ahead and hold this guy out of zone right here. He knows one is rotating from behind. Just can't quite get that kill. Can't quite get that kill. And then he gets pinched by this guy up top, right? So there's that guy up top. He's going to reach out this here in a second. He's got 13 kills. There's that guy right there. I want you to remember this enemy to his left. Remember that enemy. Because he's going to be somewhere. He's got to rotate out of zone, right? So he's able to get this kill. But notice he never re-peaks this. Watch this next, you know, 30 seconds to 45 seconds. He never re-peaks this guy that's out here. Sure, maybe this guy pushes in the door, but that's it, right? And then he's like, oh, that guy's just not... He's got to be somewhere. Now, maybe he died from somebody else, but that's a kill that we just let that guy get away. This is a pacing dynamic right now, right? So this is, again, looting. What are we looting for here, right? And I know J-Puck. J-Puck's going to want me to be hard on him. What are we looting for? We don't need anything. We got plenty of cash. Let's go back to pushing. Let's figure out where some people are. Now, he hears this guy flying in over, rotating in. Maybe he heard a cough. He heard something there, so he's able to get that kill. He's going to be able to pick up another kill right here. That's 15 with 17 people still alive. So far, guys, when we talk about pacing, and when I talk about pacing, I don't care if you are getting 5 kills a game or 25 kills a game. There's ways that we can speed up our gameplay. So, few situations where he could have bought a UAV, maybe not wasted as much time in this building over this way, you know, sped that up a little bit. And then right here, guys, you're going to see him really slow down in situations when he should be speeding up. He should be putting pressure on. He's got some information. He's got some people flying in above. But what do you notice right here? The one thing that I noticed, he heard that guy flying in, able to get that kill. There's kill number 17. There's kill number 17. Kill number 18 is going to be to his left side here in a second. I think he gets high alerted maybe. I think there's one more that's going to fly in behind him. He's got 17 with 14 other people still alive. Yeah. He's going to work his way this way. But what do you notice? I mean, what I notice right here, guys, in this moment is this. Like, I love this. This is information right here on the minimap. We've got a buy station and we've got a UAV tower. We've got plenty of cash. Let's go work our way over there. Now, what's gonna happen when we work our way over? One of two things is gonna happen. Either we're gonna get there and we're gonna buy a UAV and hit the tower. Once again, what are we looting for, right? All of a sudden, you see, like, he loses a little bit of information. He doesn't have a UAV, and all of a sudden, he kind of loses track of what to do. He's like, I don't know where to go. Now, good job here. He acts on high alert. But that's where I would rotate over to the buy station. You know, rotate that direction, see if we can get something, see if we can get the UAV tower, UAV, and if we aren't able to get to it, it probably means because we got some information about somebody being straight ahead of us, whether we see them, you know, right here again. And by the way, I'm going to spoiler alert, he's never going to get a UAV there. You know, he's never going to actually buy a UAV. He does a good job playing high ground here, but you see where we're losing pace? You see when we're watching this, we're like, please go buy a UAV. UAV. Like, we got a buy station over to our left. Like, you see it now because I pointed out to you. But in the moment, yeah, this is where a lot of you struggle. A lot of you aren't necessarily recognizing that you have the $29,000 and that we want to be spending it. Right now, I think we'll get in the habit a little bit more with this post Season 3 Reloaded update where we can spam UAVs and we're going to start paying attention to it more. It's just something that a lot of you need to work on. 18 kills, 12 other people still alive here. And notice he's just playing edge. Like, he's not really acting on any piece of information. The other thing that I will highlight here before we go back forward is, like, you know, when we're in this situation right here, the one thing that I notice is let's take advantage of this 28 seconds of resurgence being disabled, right? If we're gonna be patient or passive, you know, do that after resurgence has been disabled. Up until that point, keep playing aggressive. Like, if a guy's camping over at this buy station, I want to die before respawn has disabled. So right here, guys, of course, now Resurgence has disabled, and now he's going to push over here. High alert in the back. Easy kill right there. 19 kills. Still a few other people left. Once again, trusting his high alert. Does a really good job of trusting that high alert. It's a video I did not too long ago where, you know, if you're not getting looked at, trust that high alert. But again, I will say with perk packages, just be careful because of that cold-blooded dynamic, right? So now all of a sudden... Look, I always said if somebody kills you as cold-blooded and they're giving up like double time or something like that for it, so be it. It is what it is. But now that's kind of changed. You know, now it's kind of changed because we do have to worry about those perk packages with people having floor loot, or maybe you buy a gun and you grab a perk package that has cold-blooded and ghost in it. All of a sudden, that is tough to counter. Good job right here, keeping the pressure on. Kind of notice he waits for this guy. He waits for this guy just a little bit, just a half second here to see if he pushes through, right? Because the natural play that a lot of you make is you turn this corner and then you go around this way. So notice he kind of double checks here to see if this guy goes, and then when he doesn't, he's just going to go keep the pressure on. Now, guys, right here, it's like J-Puck. You've got not only do you have $30,000, you could buy a durable, you could buy a gas mask, you could buy a UAV, you could buy a portable radar. Like, there's so many things that you could spend your money on that would help him really kind of clutch this up a little bit easier. I told you he gets the win, but we've got 6 other people still alive. He's going to pick up a few kills in this end game, which is definitely good. He kills a majority of the rest of the people, but could it have been easier? Right there, gets the break. Good job keeping the pressure on. This guy can't really go anywhere. This guy's just dead at this point. 22 kills, a few other people still alive. And as I'm going to speed this up a little bit, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to see him not really know where anybody is, right? If he had a UAV here, and I know I keep harping on this, guys, because I think a lot of you struggle with it. If you have made it this far, I'm guessing that you probably struggle with it as well. It's just not noticing that cash. Wouldn't this end game be a lot easier if he knew where everybody was? You know, he's got no idea. Now he's got to make a decision. Which way do we push? Pushes all the way around. And I do like the way he plays this end game, by the way. Notice he's kind of keeping track of his cover. Let's get it. He's got one right there. Can't quite get that TTK. Yep, there's the TTK. 23 kills. There's the kill. High alerted to his right side, so he's got to trust it. But notice he doesn't have gas mask here. A little bit of a tough situation. Really good job using his smoke. That's another thing that a lot of you struggle with, is not using your smokes effectively. Once again, high alerted. He's going to get to this shack. Really good job getting back into zone. Now he can challenge. By the way, when we talk about J-Puck being a 3.5 KD player, you know, I know that he has confidence to win this gunfight down a plate and a half. One thing I will say here is look at his shots. Look how long this TTK is without high damage areas, right? All lower torso. Could he have died there? Maybe. Now we just got one more kill. 1v1 situation, 25 kills. So, guys, as we're finishing this up... Wait, this goes on forever. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to speed this up. As we're finishing this up, guys, work on your cash flow awareness, especially now that we have unlimited UAVs available. We can buy a lot, so make sure you're working on your cash awareness, focusing on that information, winning your 1v1 fights, and just finding ways to speed up your pace based on information and stuff like that. He's going to push top of hill here. He's going to get his high ground, and now he's going to be able to clutch this. He's going to be able to... This is actually a close clutch because right here, no gas mask again. He's going to plate up real quick. He's going to throw smoke, and now he's going to challenge in the gas. He's just able to execute. Once again, 3.5 KD player. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.